Welcome back to Food 101. This week we've got some new cast members. This is Goaty. Goaty's fun and all, but we have an even cuter cast member. Come on this way. This is S'mores. Goats love to eat. That's all they do. As you can probably guess, this week we're making goat cheese. Goat's milk is completely different from cow's milk. If you've ever had it, it smells different, it tastes different. It actually has more calcium and less lactose. So for some people, it's a little bit easier to eat. This recipe for goat cheese only has 2 ingredients, so it's so easy. You don't even have to have a goat. I know it sounds a little strange, but you can get goat's milk at pretty much any supermarket. Let's head to the kitchen and get started.
All you need for this recipe is goat's milk and something acidic. I'm using 1/3 cup of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of white balsamic vinegar. But if you want to make it even easier, you could just use the lemon juice. The first time I did this, I made the mistake of buying ultra-high pasteurized milk. This treatment changes the milk protein and prevents it from coagulating, which means you will end up with a bowl full of lemon-flavored milk instead of cheese. So make sure you're just using regular pasteurized milk. I'm heating the milk to 180 degrees, but I'm doing it over a medium-low heat. This step should take 10 to 15 minutes. Do not rush it and turn up the heat. There are 2 main types of protein in milk, casein and whey. Normally, these proteins stay away from each other due to their structure. In this step, the heat causes the whey protein to unravel and link up with another whey molecule. This is the first step in creating the solid structure of cheese. Once the milk is at 180 degrees, add in the lemon juice and vinegar. This step changes the pH of the milk and alters the structure of the other protein, casein. The casein molecules are now free to interact and will begin to bind together. You'll start to see the tiny white curds appear in the milk. This is clumps of casein and what will actually make up our cheese. Allow the milk to rest for 30 minutes to an hour so it can properly separate. Then pour it into fine mesh cheesecloth. I had to use several layers of cloth because the mesh was way too big for the teeny tiny curds. The curds in an acid coagulated cheese are quite small because the interaction between the casein molecules is not very strong. In my next episode, we'll talk about rennet coagulation, which is how most firm cheeses are made. Tie it up over your sink and allow it to dry for 2 hours. You can also squeeze some of the liquid out. The liquid is the whey proteins we talked about earlier. Instead of throwing them down the sink, put it outside on your garden. It makes a great fertilizer. Now that I've collected my curds and allowed them to dry, I'm going to press it into a nice log. Believe it or not, this actually takes some skill, which I clearly do not have. Refrigerate the cheese for 2 hours and then go ahead and dig in. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more.